Mr. Chairman, officials of the university present, representatives of clubs and societies present, religious community, alumni of the Student Struggle present, outgoing and incoming executives of the SRC, our friends from the media, all protocol observed. I extend my greetings to all hearing gathered. I stand here today humbled by the task before us as a trust bestowed upon me by the students of this institution. I am already overwhelmed by the opportunity to address this august gathering in my newly ordained capacity as the 44th President of the SRC of this noble institution. Like the 44th President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, who happens to be the first black from Africa to have ascended to the seat. Likewise, the 44th President of the KNUST SRC, who happens to be the youngest to have ascended the seat at the age of 21. And the first ever in our history to have won elections, being a non-resident of any of the traditional halls of residence. Same applicable to the Vice President, Mutasis Mondes. Mr. Chairman, permit me to acknowledge the presence of all members of Parliament present. Special recognition also goes to all JTRC executives and other territorial heads present. More exceptionally, I wish to make mention of all KNUST students. Throughout my campaign, I tried my best to offer leadership for all students. If in my high moments, I did some good, offered some help, shared some light, healed some wounds, rekindled hope, or scared someone from apathy and indifference, or in any way along the way helped somebody, then my campaign has not been in vain. For friends and colleagues who love, cared and cared for me, for a God who saved me, and for a family who understood me, I am eternally grateful. If in my low moment, in word, deed or attitude, through some error of temper, mannerism or tone, I have caused any discomfort, created pain or revived someone's fears, that was not my truest self. Please forgive me. This campaign has taught me that leaders must be taught to fight, human enough to commit mistakes, humble enough to admit them, strong enough to absorb them, and resilient enough to bounce back and keep moving. This campaign has well offered me a glorious opportunity of comradeship and leadership. Our institution, KNUST, has emerged from one of the most keenly contested elections, especially for the presidency in our history. But our healthy competition should make us better and not bitter. We must use the insights, wisdom, and experience that past events offer as a bound. We must forgive each other, regain each other, regroup, and move on. We have proven that we can survive without each other, but we have not proven that we can make progress and seek our collective welfare aspirations without each other. We must come together. We may agree to disagree on issues, but we must redeem, heal, and reunite. Time is neutral and does not change things. But with courage and initiative, we can change things, and we have no choice because there are so many things to change in this change era. There were some who said we wouldn't be here, and some said we would get there over their dead body. But today, the whole world knows we are here. Mr. Chairman, all other protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, our vision is in three thematic areas. These are vigorous continuation of all developmental projects underway, such as the SRC Hostel project, comprehensive sanitation and a clean KNUST campaign 2010-2011, proper communication and information dissemination system, a constitutional review process to give more recognition to floor reps, class reps, and departmental heads in our quest to decentralize our governance system, and the introduction of hostel reps to ensure the voices of the numerous students staying outside the confines of KNUST community will be high on our agenda. Mr. Chairman, efforts to revamp the e-Carrera ICT Center as well as the rejuvenation of the SRC website will be taken extremely serious. Again, women empowerment will be ably championed, not through mere advocacy, but by making sure female appointees form an integral part of our government machinery. Mr. Chairman, all other protocol observed, ladies and gentlemen, the challenges of the youth university to take over from the current generation in barely the next decade or two dictate the rapid acquisition of education and training, especially in the areas of leadership and management. This universal challenge is even greater in the Ghanaian context. We find ourselves in an era where Ghana, a developing country, is positioning itself to stabilizing its economy, entrench democratic principles, and uphold the rule of law so as to prepare itself for a smooth takeoff in the quest to be a middle-income country. The onus therefore rests on us to work more relentlessly than ever to make the student front an indispensable factor in our nation building. This leaves little room for complacency, inertness, segregation of any kind or sort. No less will be said of the demands of KNUST students vis-à-vis the existence of the block and national student body. The University Students Association of Ghana, USAG, is expected to lead the way in the political, cultural, social, and economic measure of the university student. We must begin to take a keener interest in the organogram and modus operandi of the block student body. We need to reshape the constitution to meet the current trends. The National Union of Ghana Students, NUGS, on the other hand, is expected to, in the coming year, live up to the feeling of being the backbone of our student movement. The 44th NUGS president is expected to make a clear case of the students of this country. NUGS as well is expected to resist a possible decision by the country's authorities to increase academic and residential facility user fees. All that we need to achieve this is a commitment to uphold, resolution to endure, and boldness to dare. We must therefore not lose sight of detractors, saboteurs, charlatans, and quack characters within our ranks whose automated purpose is to derail the wheel of progress. Mr. Chairman, permit me to seize this opportunity to call for an end to the overt and covert involvement of political parties in the political activism of students. Bear in mind that we have not convened in KNUST as capitalists or socialists, not as Christians or Muslims, not as TESCON or TAME, not as a student from state-owned SHS, nor as a student from privately owned SHS. In fact, not even as KNUST, but simply as students. Because before there was anything such as socialist or capitalist, and before there was anything such as TESCON or TAME, we were students. So throughout our deliberations, let us see ourselves as students and nothing but students, because our commonalities as students supersede all divisive tendencies. Mr. Chairman, officials of the university present, representatives of class and societies present, the religious community, alumni of the student struggle present, the outgoing and incoming SRC executives, our friends from the media, all protocol observed. Permit me to end my sermon with a message that applies to all here and gathered. The greatest want of this world is the want of men who cannot be bought or sold, men who are true and honest in their conscience like the bow is to the ladle, men who could call them by its rightful name, even though heaven may fall. Thank you very much.